Hey, everybody, Jeff Mason with SimpleBiz360 podcast. Thank you to my grandson for that great intro. Thank you, stlewispodcast.com, for taking care of this show, working the boards. We're coming to you with episode 39 at a Studio B in the basement. And we got Alex in Chesterfield, Missouri at Vi Media headquarters working the boards, baby. So we're going to do a show today called QIQO. I'm streaking QIQO. What is this guy thinking? What kind of drugs is he ingesting? Not taking anything, honestly. QIQO, QIQO, quality in, quality out. So what am I really talking about, QIQO? Let's just dive into this. It's basically going to revolve around a very valuable set of lessons I learned in the private label apparel manufacturing business that I've been in for many years. So in that business, I did a lot of production for Target. And the company I worked for, which was Oxford Industries, great company headquartered out of Atlanta, Georgia, I worked in their men's slacks division. And my job was to put together these large private label programs for Targets that would blanket into Target stores. And so my orders were 180,000 of this, 240 of that, 120 of this, and you're talking hundreds of thousands of garments at a time. And when you deal with a Target, at least back then, my last date that I made product for them was in 2000. They had a very, very stringent quality control package that had been put together by a gentleman named Roger Mayerson, who some people may or may not know of out there. But at any rate, this is now commonly called tech packs. And what I want to throw out to you is this concept about tech packs, and to ensure that the quality you pour in to all the goods and services that you are developing or have developed or you to make sure that the customer experiences the same quality out. And so regardless of what business you're in, you can put together this QIQO mentality, quality in, quality out. You can do it. But in the apparel business, what was very interesting is it's a very complicated business. You may think it's not, but making a pair of pants is a very, it's got a lot of elements to it and a lot of things that you have to make sure that you're doing correctly. And then once you have all your components and raw materials isolated and purchased and selected and it meets all the specifications, then you've got to make sure you're building the garment, you're grading the garment, you're building the fit of this garment the way that it's intended to be captured. So it's no small feat. Well, tech packs are, sometimes can be, 3 inches wide. 4 inches wide. They're huge. And they're filled with requirements you have to fulfill in order to, have this garment go onto the floor to Target or Lands' End, Ella Bean, you name it. People use tech packs all the time nowadays. At any rate, what's very interesting about that is that if you go buy a garment that's made with a tech pack, as the guideline, holy smokes, in most cases, you are getting a phenomenal item. And I would bet Target does a lot of the same things these days. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if you bought a pair of pants I made for these guys back in the late 90s and stuff, these things were, that was a good investment, a good value, and they would last a long time. So how do you take this quality in, quality out formula and apply it to your business? Well, whatever you do, whatever you make, I urge you and suggest to you to put together a technical package that you could pass off to a vendor, you could pass off to your raw material suppliers that have all of your requirements, and you set the standards for what you want the requirements to be. If you're a restaurant, I suggest, and I don't work in a restaurant as an owner, but I would suggest if you have certain dishes that have to be made, you harness this dish, and whether it's chef A, B, or C, you have the dish tech pack put together in a very brief form so that those people know the ingredients, know the the baking, the cooking duration, the sauteing duration. They know all the elements of this so that you can continue to give that customer, who in many cases comes back to re-experience that great risotto you made. They want that risotto they had 3 months ago. They don't want Chef B's version of that risotto. They don't care who it is. They want your risotto. So, think about this and build this technical package aspect into your framework for creating your goods and services and then giving them out to the public. Remember, I'm going to keep drawing you back to atmospherics and keep drawing you back to that Starbucks, that big dig. It's the experience that they remember. It's how, that yes, they want that risotto, but they also want you to be conscientious that they are paying you for the experience of doing business with you, just like they're paying you for the product or service. So build this into your package, your technical package of how you bring a good or service to the market. And I assure you, you will really enjoy the benefits of it. I'll give you an example. We did a little show on marathoning not too long ago. This is a great example because it allows you to take hardcore numbers. So I did, I think my first two marathons, I was 4 hours and 17 minutes and 4 hours and 18 minutes, or I think I was right within a minute of each other. And my goal was to get under 4 hours. I wanted to get under 4 hours. So I read an article about QIQO. And it was an article that basically suggested that, hey, if you're doing piles of miles and you're way up here running 55, 70 miles a week, take your piles of miles strategy down and put intentionality into the miles. Mix it up, bring balance to the formula so that you're mixing speed, duration, hill work, interval speed, and kicks at the end of your run. You're incorporating all these things. And you know what happened? I took my mileage down to 41 miles a week. Every one of those 41 miles had intentionality. And guess what? I came out of the chute at 3:51 in the Shamrock in Virginia Beach. And then I was able to shorten that by another 2 minutes and did 3 hours and 49 minutes at the Philadelphia Marathon in 1997 using QIQO. So if you're working towers of hours, think about taking those towers of hours down, making them more intentional. And just like those piles of miles came down from that 70 down to 41, and the performance of my scores went up. I did it in a shorter period of time. Same thing. You'll please customers more. You'll give the customer a better experience in the end run, and they will love the fact that you've embraced QIQO, quality in, quality out. We appreciate you sticking with this episode. And lost in the shuffle track today. It's summer, right? I don't know about you guys. When I first heard this song, I just said, you know what? This is one of the coolest, most fun songs I've ever heard. And to this day, I can't shake it because on a good, sunny, clear, brisk day, man, Katrina and the Waves, right? Walking on Sunshine. Is there any, it's just a fun song, right? So dip into 1985. Katrina is from Topeka, Kansas. So she's out here not too far from where we are in St. Louis. And she hooked up, I guess, went out to England with her boyfriend and connected with a couple other chaps out there in England. And they put together Katrina and the Waves. And in 1985, they actually re-released this. I believe they released it in Canada in 1983 first, but in 85, and it became a hit. And you'll hear it every summer all the time. Great, jumpy, just fun too. Let's have some fun. We've been in the doldrums way too long with all this stuff. And we just, the COVID and the pandemic has just had us boxed up and bottled up for so long. Let's get out and, just have some fun with this. And guys, appreciate you sticking with us. If you're out there driving, please be safe. Keep the shiny side up, which simply means keep your car, keep your vehicle, keep your motorcycle right side up so we can see the shiny side. And so you can be safe. Hold on to your profits, man. We say hold on to your sand because it's those little fine crystals we can't see that we end up losing those pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and they go away. And then you wonder why you weren't as profitable, right? Hold on to it, that sand. It's your money, hard-earned money, I might add. And tell you what, we have nothing if we don't have happy customers that come back and refer us to more. So keep those customers happy. Thank you so much. Enjoy your summer. Treat everybody with respect. And we are all equal, and we all know that our God, our Creator, created us equal. And just be nice out there. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great week.